fleshies. Ever wished you could just put all your vices into a jar, twist the lid and forget about them? Well, the Collins aren't about to put their vices into a jar and forget about them. But they are willing to rent a house in a town called Pine Ferry, where they're hoping that their son Scout will find peace. But will their spirit survive the stay? Or will this trip backfire and leave Scout scarred for life? I'm not sure either. But the only one who does is my friend Charlie. So it's time, my fleshies. Time for you to grab your snacks, grab your blankets, and pull up your favorite tombstone while I tell the tale. Our tale today is called In Peace. The Collins family moved into a new town, Pine Ferry. It's the kind of place where white picket fences and neighborly neighbors are the norm. The town has zero crime. No one argues, and no one fights. It may very well be the only place in America where peace and harmony are a very real thing. The Collins family came here for a fresh start after their oldest got mixed up with the wrong crowd and started acting out. This place sounded too perfect. Maybe it's the only place that can claim peace and have peace. Scout had had some dark days and darker nights before the move into Pine Ferry. Since moving into the new town, his attitude has been improving, but not by his choosing. He believes that there is something in this place that is causing him to change his attitude. But his parents told him he should just accept the change. He's a better person for being here. Still, he can't explain what's going on with him. And he's determined to figure out everything about this weird place, because this place is just plain freaky. The first thing he did was research the town, and the town seems to be built on sacred grounds. Stories speak of this place as a place that the indigenous people avoided, because there's a belief that the spirit that is here has changed people. Bad people amongst them were sent here, then guarded. Bad people were sent here, and then the borders were guarded to ensure that they didn't leave. For 2 weeks, the criminals were kept here, and then retrieved when the 2 weeks were up. The records say that they would be cleansed of all their desire to do evil for a season or two. It was said to be a spirit that ate the evil within the people, but none of the records say anything about where the spirit might reside. It seems that within the town, no one has desire to do evil. After hours of searching, he comes across a drawing that shows a bluff and a cave. That is where the spirit lives. He made sure to print out all the important stuff that he found and then presented it to his dad. His dad scratches his head. It could all just be a fancy story, but if not, someone is making money off of it. His son is quite confused. Mr. Collins could see it on his son's face, and he knew his son didn't understand. Mom and I didn't buy this house. We're just renting the lot for a month, and then we're going to go back home. Maybe his dad decided to go to the bluff to just show his son that nothing was there. But then again, there could be something going on. I mean, Pine Ferry is just too good to be true. When they arrived at the bluff, there was quite a bit of artifacts, like pottery shards, a few arrowheads, and even an old pew-pew. As they entered the cave, there was an overwhelming desire in both of them to just get up and leave. They ventured deeper into the cavern, and the need to leave came even stronger. After walking for a couple of minutes, they entered a large chamber in which there were a few pieces of pottery and other artifacts scattered on the floor. From out of one of the chambers came a low moan. It was followed by something that sounded like soft footsteps. At the same time, a dark shadow came out of the tunnel that the low moans came from. The shadow seemed to move towards them. As it moved, it took a more human form, and it stayed a few feet away from them. Perhaps it was studying them. Maybe there is something keeping it at bay. For whatever reason, it retreats ever so slightly. Scout is amazed by its actions. He wishes his family never moved here. It's become very clear what has been happening in this town. Someone has been taking advantage of the spirit, being here to cash in on people wanting to help their wayward loved ones. The spirit feeds on the negativity found in others, addicts, abusers, people who are angry all the time, and violent people were supposedly being healed of their issues. But they weren't being healed. The spirit was feeding off of the negative aspects and leaving behind their good parts. And it's doing it to everyone in town. The criminal who took his parents' money is in a partnership with the spirit, and it may not even know. Scout would destroy it if he could, but he doesn't know how to send it away. Leave me in peace, a low voice says, coming from where the spirit is standing. I want to sleep. Maybe it wants to leave, or maybe it doesn't know that it can't sleep anymore. It doesn't seem too keen on their presence in the cave. Scout decides that since it's talking, that it should answer some questions, but then he starts to feel bad for it. He looks at his dad. Let's go, Dad. It doesn't want us here, so let's just go. As they leave the cavern, Scout turns back and looks at where the creature was standing. It was still watching them. It just wanted to make sure that they were in fact leaving. His dad had seen enough inside the cave. When he arrived at the house, he sought out his wife. He explained what they had seen and convinced her to leave. The family decides to pack up and head home. Luckily, all of the homes come furnished, and everyone in the household is anxious to go home. Once the packing is done, they waste no time in loading up the car. As for Scout, he's doing much better. He's doing good, and he's aware of it. There have been a few arguments, no talking back, and he's only fought to defend himself. Maybe his time in Pine Ferry was good for him. It could be the after effects from the spirit, or this could all be him. But he can't be sure of that. One thing for sure, he will never go back to that town. He wants nothing more to do with it. He wants nothing more to do with sacred sites, ghosts, or cryptids. All he wants to do is live his life without unwanted influences, including whatever was in that cave. Well, fleshies, that story certainly gave us a lot to chew on. Unlike the spirit who's just looking for a light snack of negativity, I guess you could say Pine Ferry is a town where everyone is pining for a peace of mind. But at what cost? Scout's dad really called the spirits bluff when they ventured into that cave. I don't know about you, but I think I'll stick to my snacks. I'm not quite ready for a diet that eats away at my personality. Until next time, plushies. Stay spooky. Try to keep it together. Unlike those powdery shrouds. Time for me to say goodnight. Pleasant nightmares, fleshies. Until next time, goodbye, fleshies.